Okay, so hi everybody. This is Paul Hercombe here, and I just wanted to take the chance to wish everybody a happy Easter, Easter weekend right now, and I also wanted to speak a little bit about what that represents, and what that represents not only for Christians, but also for anybody who has a deep spiritual calling. Because for me, the archetype of Christ, or the Christ light, which is celebrated by Christians and also by many others, that light is within all of us. It is our own Christ light, and it is our own natural state of presence or being before that joins up with the personality. And one of the things that is central to so many of the world religions is this kind of middle ground between the personal self and the absolute self, or the kind of the personality and the pure self. And the middle ground between the personality and the pure self is this sense I am, the presence I am. That is like the bridge between the limited self and the limitless self. And when Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, nobody comes to the Father except through me, I don't think he was talking about him personally. I think he was talking about the impersonal I am, that sense of presence that is within all of us. And when he's speaking about the Father, I don't think he's speaking about a Christian Father. I think he's speaking about the Father, the Self, the pure consciousness that is within all of us, gives birth to all of us, gives life to all of us, and is what sustains everything. So just in that one short verse, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me, is an invitation into the journey, first into the I amness. So we begin to get used to just resting in that state of natural presence where, we're not thinking, we are not kind of planning, we're not visualizing. We're simply holding the ground of presence in the heart, the pure feeling I am inside the heart. Before that joins up with our nationality, before that joins up with our gender, before that joins up with our education or any kind of personal reference point. And, you can just put your hands here on your heart. Just close your eyes if you feel to. And just feel the feeling I am, or I exist. And just sense that grounded and complete sense of presence within you. Christ spoke about this as the stable ground within us all, the stable ground that will not get blown away when the bad weather comes. So for me, that, unless we come through the I am, unless we get grounded inside the I am, then it is very hard for us to realize the self in any other way but intellectually. And intellectual understanding, it is not really going to make much difference in the long run. So what we're talking about here is actual realization, self-realization, realizing who we are beyond the persona. So to come to the state of I am, this is like the middle ground between the person and the pure self. And when I had my own awakening into presence, which was over 20 years ago now, I was lucky enough to be able to spend a period of time just resting in the being and just getting used to abiding in being, abiding in the spiritual heart. And it's so beautiful, it's so restful to really taste that peace, which is our own deeper nature, deeper than the personal nature. And to almost surrender yourself into that and to fall in love with that and to go deeply into that so that you get a sense of what it is to abide in that sense of presence. And again, it's a simple state. It is not a complex state. You don't even need your mind. You don't need any kind of complex instruction. It's simply bringing your conscious awareness to the I am inside the heart and abiding there. And then when that is stable for you, when you've had a kind of shift in yourself from being identified as a separate individual person to being identified as the pure state of presence, when that is stabilized for you and when that is clear for you, then you can begin to even look and see, well, what gives life to the state of presence? What is aware of the state of presence? What sees when presence is here and when presence is not here? So something sees all of that. It sees it choicelessly. Like we don't even have a choice about it. It's just seeing that. And because that is so present, and because that is so constant, and because that never changes, it's almost like we overlook that. We overlook that. Or we may kind of look into it and then somehow not give it much importance. But, if you're interested in truth, if you're interested in quote unquote God or Brahman or Absolute, then just hold that contemplation. What is even aware of the purest state in the body, which is the state of presence? What knows that? And for a moment, don't grasp onto any form. Don't grasp onto anything that has substance. Just allow a kind of very deep letting go into the unknown. The self is the unknown. We cannot know the self as an object of knowledge. Nobody can know the self as an object of knowledge. We can only know the self as a kind of absence. But in that absence, we recognize deeply that something is choicelessly perceiving. It's choicelessly aware. And that must be what we are at the core, because that is always here. In front of it, many changes take place. Great changes take place. Great deepenings take place. An incredible spiritual journey takes place. The facing of the shadow takes place. But that which knows all phenomena, that which never changes, it cannot change, know that and that alone to be the self. And we are that choicelessly already. But we have to kind of go through this journey. So again, to come first to the I am, then look into what even knows the I am. And then if there is any kind of thing to face after that, then face it from your spiritual self, from the spiritual heart. So this is, for me, this message at Easter about, the resurrection and about new life. It's almost like we have to be reborn into that state of presence. Christ represents presence. Christ is said to be the Son of God, the firstborn, the firstborn from the absolute. And the more that I read about Christ's story and, what Christ represents beyond the religion, then the more I just enjoy so much to read about him and understand his deeper teachings. So wishing everybody a happy Easter. And yeah, I hope everyone is doing really well. Yeah. God bless and lots of love to you all.